So, hello, friends. I was in the great city of Las Vegas, Nevada. Was that a week ago? Maybe 2 weeks ago?
It was last weekend.
Time doesn't even exist on this podcast.
No, it wasn't
so
last weekend. I bought a house last weekend. It was
the weekend before last week.
By the time this is released, all terms of time will be completely irrelevant.
That's absolutely true. Anyway, I was in Las Vegas. It's a wild city. It's a wild time. But the wildest thing about it is the people who drive there, because you have to have an absolute death wish in order to do that.
Yeah.
So I was there with our good friend Sophia. And Sophia, it was her first time in Vegas. And neither of us had the Lyft app or Uber app, whatever, downloaded on our phones. So first couple times we took taxis.
Sure.
And we had so the first taxi driver we had, unremarkable. Second taxi driver was like a really nice guy, and he was like telling us lots of stories. And then he took a route specifically so that we got caught behind a train and took a $7 ride and made it $27 because we sat there for 5 minutes while he kept being like, oh yes, Las Vegas was a wild place. Lots of people and we were like, well, tell us some of the wild stories. And he's like, well, one time I saw a man kiss another man. And we were like, whoa.
Okay, I have so many questions. So you live in a developed city in a country in the world. How is that?
That was his definition of people being wild and sinful. And we're like, oh, okay.
No, I'm not done. You're in Las Vegas. The things that you must see.
To Salt Lake City.
Every day.
Well, he was saying he was from a small rural community, and so.
But how long has he been in Las
30
Vegas?
years. 30 years.
What?
Yes.
I'm going insane.
Okay, so no, we're at the very bottom of the totem pole here.
I'm scared. God, I'm scared.
Cab drivers we had in Vegas. Another cab driver. The next one we were going to the Neon Museum. Very cool. And this guy didn't say a goddamn word to us. Instead, he had his phone in a mount with YouTube on, watching videos with subtitles while driving. And we were like, okay.
No.
We can't say anything because he literally did not say a word to us the entire time.
Sure. Oh no, I'm sorry, but I just realized something. Your first cab driver was the slug from Star Wars.
He absolutely was. So after we get done with our fucking harrowing ride while the driver watched subtitled YouTube videos, we were like, okay, we're taking ride shares from now on.
Oh wow.
And we had 2 notable ride share people. Well, 3. So the next most notable one was we got a ride back from this place, and it was this woman who had a thick Russian accent, and she was really nice and really friendly. And as we were talking to her, we were saying oh yeah, we had this terrible experience with a cab driver. He was watching YouTube with subtitles on while driving. She goes, oh my god, cab drivers. Well, let me do her accent because I can't do this justice if I'm doing accents. Cab drivers, they're the worst. They're all the worst. They're all terrible people. Some people, they're just born bad. Some people are born irredeemably bad. And all cab drivers, I once had a cab driver who tried to kill me. He tried to run me off the road. And I just waved at him and I smiled, and he was got out of his car like he was going to try and kill me. Some people, oh honey. And she kept saying, oh, honey, oh, honey. She goes, oh, honey. Some people, they're just born evil and they will never change.
Is she? She is the natural predator of cab drivers.
Yes!
Is she single?
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I tipped her 25%, and I was just I was like, you're the best person I've ever met. Because she was like,
God.
She was like, if I could, I would kill all the cab drivers.
I take it back. I can't.
Justifiable murder because one time a cab driver tried to kill me, and
holy fuck.
At one point she had taken a wrong turn, and she just was like, okay, we're just gonna reverse. And I was like, well, there's so many cars around. She's like, we're just gonna reverse, and then the other cars have to get out of our way. Oh honey, the other cars will get out of our way. I'm in a big van.
Oh my god.
I'm losing my mind.
Loved her so much.
Oh my god.
She was fantastic.
I mean, I do
not a woman to cross.
Yeah, I do want to say, any cab driver listeners out there, her views do not reflect ours.
Do not reflect the views of Dancing Dragon.
We only dislike homophobic cab drivers. Otherwise,
and cab drivers who watch YouTube while driving.
Yeah. All other cab drivers are A-okay with us.
They're A-okay, but that woman
Holy fuck.
Wow.
She sounds like a character that would be on our podcast.
Some people are just born evil and they will never change. Like, and they're all cab
She is serving me the girl whose mom told her that all men were murderers vibe.
Yeah.
So,
and she was like, that's true. And
like,
we just have to accept it.
So she would later be proven right. The next,
no.
It wasn't a cab driver, though. It was another Lyft driver. And,
Well, then she was wrong.
Well, and he, like, for some reason, he couldn't figure out where we were. So we've had to go find him. And as Sophie and I were both wearing these like colorful dresses. We were going to see the circus that night.
Nice.
And
I'm like bracing myself.
And he was like, when he's like, when we got in the car, he's like, oh, I could see it. Once I spotted you, I could spot you. You guys were in such pretty dresses. And then we're like, oh, okay, you're a nice guy. And like, we're just having a kind of normal conversation, but he's like, he then somehow ends up, I genuinely don't know how we ended up in this track of conversation, but he was like, oh, I think it was like Sophie was just being nice and asking like, oh, where are you from? And he's like, oh, I'm from New York. And let me tell you the entire story about how my mom died. And then everybody in my family turned on me. And it's just all the women in my family hate me for no reason at all. There's no possible reason. And we were both looking at each other like, really? There's no possible reason that all of the women in your family are against you? Wow. Really? And and like he basically told us his entire life story for the entire 20 minutes we were trapped in his car, and we kept trying to like.
Some people are just born evil.
Some people are just born evil, and there's no redeeming them. And he was like, after like at the end of the ride, he was like, "Oh, thank you, girls, so much for listening. I feel like I just got therapy." So you're sure there's no reason the women in your family she won't talk to you?
And then fucking like your powerful Russian cab driver, or sorry, Lyft driver, burst through the window and beat the shit out of us.
I was waiting for her to like
show up.
She cuts you off
back
on the road.
Her van into his car because it was the time. And then the last crab driver we had was a
crab driver. Carcinization. Anyway,
the last Lyft driver we had been a tour guide in Las Vegas for 30 years, and he gave us a tour of the city as he drove us back to the airport. And we kept trying to be like, let's have a normal conversation. He'd be like, that's nice.
No.
Anyway, so about the Hoover Dam.
I mean, see, that's good with me. I'll take that.
I was fine with that. That was normal. It's much better than finding out somebody's family trauma and also being like, I can say these heinous things because my last name is Israeli. And I was
he said that?
He did. And he didn't say he was Jewish. He said his last name was Israeli. Okay.
What?
Anyway, if you ever go to Las Vegas, the people you meet there will leave a lasting impression on you for the rest of your life.
Do you guys think that the cab driver who's like, all the women in my family hate me.
Yeah.
And the woman who hates all cab drivers are maybe part of the same family.
It would not surprise me because it was just one of those weird synchronicities.
No, she's Russian and his last name is Israeli.
That's true. That's true.
You can marry people.
No, you can't.
No, yeah, there's no possibility. Las Vegas is a wild time. I did win $170 from a slot machine.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I also won a cold. So go to Las Vegas and
go to Las Vegas, see some men kissing. It's the only place in the country that you can see that.
In the country you can
see anywhere else.
Yes. Let's play Bubblegum Shoe. My name is Kat, and some people are just born evil, and you can't ever change them.
Hi, my name is Noelle, and some people are just born evil, and you can't ever change them.
Hi. My name is Juniper, and I was born evil, and you can never change me.
That's good.
Hi, I'm Hannah, and what if we went to Las Vegas and we kissed, and we were both boys?
That's the most sinful thing I've ever heard.
Don't at me.
Some people are just born evil.
Some Some people are just born evil, and there's no possible way to change them, and they're all cab drivers.
I really wish that you would stop fucking talking about me like I'm not here.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have been born evil.
I want. Hey, Juniper, what are you doing later? Because I was thinking of going to Las Vegas.
Yeah, I'm free.
So what happened last time, you guys? I think we still haven't even gotten to fucking day 3.
We're doing so good.
We're doing really good.
So, okay, I think so you guys...
We left, we were in the office with the lady.
No, you left the office with the lady.
You did lose
we had lunch, and it was burritos because we were hungry for burritos.
Yes.
That's right. And then,
while
you went to the crafts yard, I think.
We all went together.
Yes, because the Gap faked sick.
Right, because you got out. That's how you got out of the horse riding.
Yes.
And you were very sad about leaving the horse riding.
Yes.
Yep. We discovered in the crafts yard that the rhinestones were missing. Was that like it?
Mm-hmm. I think so. Yeah.
What's her name? What's the lady?
There's the camp person we talked to.
Bragmeyer.
Yeah, we found out something about Bragmeyer.
Oh, Bragmeyer. Yeah.
Oh, you found out that
super sus about
Bragmeyer's a fucking just follower of that one god.
The thief and the trickster, the Killoni.
Yes.
She is an adherent of the Killoni. You were like, what's her deal? And Foyle's like, I don't know.
That's just what Bragmeyer's like.
Yeah. Classic Bragmeyer.
She's like, classic Bragmeyer.
Classic. Can you just give us a list of the names? Because I don't remember any of the names.
I got some of those.
So, the campers remaining, you've got Antone, Ainsley, Alicine, and Teisler.
Are in
the Owl Bears.
Owl Bears.
Yep, that's the Owl Bears.
And Nix is the leader.
Yep, your counselor is Nix. Nix is the Owl Bears. Who you have sold Cave Moss to.
Yes.
And then there's the nerd who has a crush on Nix.
Right, and so then the other one is the
Brant?
Woolly Rhinos led by Brant. He's your camp counselor, and that group has the Gap, Kyle, Jethica, and Zalzia.
Kyle.
Oh, yeah, Kyle's like a jerk.
Yeah,
right?
Kyle's the jock.
Yeah.
He's not a jerk.
Well, he's kind of
full of himself.
Jock.
But
he's a jock.
He's a jock, and he's determined to be a hero.
Yeah.
And that brings us to where we are now. The Gap, you had just run into Ainsley and Anton's cabin to announce that Zalzia was the latest camper to go missing.
Huge tears are streaming down the Gap's face.
And Tyler is out of his bunk in a flash, and he's got his wings out and mantled, and he's like, "What about Zalzia? Where's Zalzia?"
What do you know, Teisler?
I don't know. You just said someone took Zalzia?
I think so.
What?
She's gone.
The Gap, tell us exactly what happened.
I don't know.
Gap, how did you know she was gone?
Yeah, what?
I mean, she didn't show up for nighttime sleepy time.
Did the counselors say anything?
Yeah, the counselor said she didn't show up.
Has anybody seen Zalzia?
And the Gap grabs Teisler's shirt and shakes him and is like, "Tell us where she is."
And Teisler looks stricken. He goes,
"Oh,
I don't know. She's. I wanted to go for a run because I just don't. And she's. I've been really hungry, and she said she would get me some more stuff from the garden. And I last
time, so it's your fault.
And he looks like he's about to cry. He goes,
"If it's anyone's fault, it's my fault, Antone. Come on. I should have been watching Zalzia."
Well, regardless of whose fault it is, certainly not mine, I suppose we should investigate.
And Tyler nods and goes, "Okay, all right. Well, she was last out by the garden, so I guess let's look there."
"Not you, Teisler. You stay here."
"What? No, she's my best friend. I have to go."
Everybody, wait. They're clearly picking us off. I think we should all go together.
Well, right, it's probably best to stay in a group.
Everybody.
Everyone.
Everybody.
Alicine she's sitting up in her bunk, and she looks at you guys and goes, "Nope."
Alicine, you cannot stay here by yourself!
Alicine, you'll be killed.
Alicine, I guarantee you will be dead before the morning.
I mean, it's your personal choice, Alicine. I haven't asked you about your will to live, so...
Alicine sits back up and goes, "Okay, so first things first, everybody who has left or gone missing or whatever was out of the cabin when they were not supposed to be. Everybody who has remained in the cabin and followed the rules is fine and safe.
That's not true.
I don't think Zalzia ever broke the rules.
Alison, it's like you're already dead.
We've been out every night. We're fine.
Yeah, we're like actually the only ones who haven't been fucked.
It's probably because we've been out.
No, I've stayed in the cabin every night. I've gotten a good night's sleep. I've been having a fun time at camp. I'm not signed up for Mysteries frickin' Inc. here.
All right, well, okay. Alison clearly doesn't care whether or not she lives or dies, so let's just leave her here.
I care
that's for the
very
best.
much that I'm alive, and I am going to go to sleep.
Well,
Alicine will miss you. The
Damn
Gap goes
shame.
over and gives her a kiss on the forehead.
Alicine,
weird.
I will erect a clay sculpture in your visage and place it at the center of the camp.
Well, I'll see
And
you
it'll
guys
say
for
Alicine
breakfast.
chose to
And
die.
She puts like a sleep mask over her eyes. She's like, I will see you at breakfast.
I wish that was true. Let's go, everybody.
All right, we need to go pick up my friends. I mean, my bunk mates.
Yeah, that's better.
Oh, trouble in paradise.
I swear to God, Antonio!
I'm just saying the Gap seems quite
You
popular.
better watch out, because the Gap is incredibly likable and a great person. Makes sense.
Oh, wow.
All right.
I'm gonna push you.
So you guys go back to the other cabin,
Yeah, we're gonna go try and pick up Kyle and Jessica.
Yeah.
and they're still there, like looking at, like, okay, why were you doing the signal? Yeah, we could hear you from outside, but wait, why is everybody here?
We have to go investigate the garden.
We're going to the garden.
Tazler says that's the last place that Zalzia was. She was there picking some extra snacks for me. And
Yes, perhaps we'll find some of her earthly remains.
And if you stay behind, you're guaranteed to die. Alicine is already on the chopping block.
Kyle nods and he goes, all right, let's go. And Jessica is like, well, one of us should probably stay with Alicine. If she's staying in the cabin, then how about I go stay with her?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you'll probably both just die.
Jessica, the chances that you're gonna die.
I mean,
are
Jessica,
Skyrocketing.
listen, I don't like you at all, but you did say that you wanted to live, so I feel like, you should probably make an informed decision.
Are you suffering from high-quality podcasts? You see, quality podcasts stimulate parts of your brain, leading to an irksome condition called thinking. But suffer no more, my friend. Introducing Discount Storytime's blend of fictional nonsense and rancid gibberish to provide soothing relief. Try Discount Storytime today. Available on most podcast catchers and at discountstorytime.com.
Consult your healthcare provider before listening to Discount Storytime. Not intended to treat unicyclitis, pickleball liver, or jittering expectations.
Okay, well, you guys are being really weird about this. I don't necessarily feel like my chances of living or dying are affected by being with you guys.
We're main characters, so they absolutely are.
I've never died once.
All right, so clearly I get what you guys think about yourselves, but I think that I'm gonna go stay with Alicine. Kyle, you go with these guys, and we'll all meet up at the Owlbear cabin. All right, there's not enough of us to really justify being in two cabins anymore anyway.
Well, R.I.P. to her, I guess.
Oh,
I give her a kiss on the forehead,
I'm
too.
gonna make a clay sculpture for you too,
Right.
Jessica.
Make sure you include that she chose to die.
I will, but I'll also put a horse next to you, and it'll be really clear that you fell off.
My God, Ainsley, you're so considerate.
I know.
All right, I'm gonna go to Alicine. Kyle, stay safe. And then she heads off to the other cabin.
And we watch her go. We make sure she gets inside.
And she gets inside.
I don't watch her go because I'm already certain that I've already written, in my mind, I have already
They're
written her off
already
as
dead.
That is
They're already
absolutely dead.
And so then it's you three and Kyle punches his hand.
It's us four and Kyle.
Yeah.
Who else is there?
Tyler.
Tyler.
Oh yeah,
We
so
got the
Tyson.
boys.
I got
The boys.
Yeah, Tyler has fucking wings.
That's
so,
true.
That
and
could be a good
he
thing.
was raised by monks. Like Tyler is actually.
Tyler is actually probably the most dangerous person in this party.
Yeah, Tyler's I think actually the only one who is a D&D character in this party.
Yeah.
Everyone else is just a teen.
Yeah, right. So
We're just village townspeople.
the rest of you are
people.
level 0 peasants.
Yeah, we're peasants.
All right, so you guys head out with Tyler and Kyle, And Kyle's like, all right, team. We just gotta stick together. I'm gonna take point, all right? And then Tyler, you take the back. You three, just like, don't wander off, okay?
What are these
Why do you
terms?
think that you're in charge?
Because, like, and he, like, gestures to himself and, like, his muscles. And
Like he's the biggest.
And he, like, pulls up his shirt and, like, shows his abs.
Oh my god, put those away!
Well, you asked why I'm the leader, and that's why. So come on. And he, like, heads off.
I mean, the gap follows.
Kyle's gonna die.
Kyle's dead for sure, you guys.
Yeah, he does have that energy.
He really has the energy.
Yeah.
You guys head out and over to the garden, where you see an abandoned, like, basket with some produce in it. And Tyler bends down and he picks it up and he goes, she was picking carrots because she knows they're my favorite.
Oh, yes, very sad.
Are there any?
You can still eat them.
Is this just like an abandoned basket? Like she just dropped this?
Because she was taken.
And does it hoof prints?
We look around.
What skill do you use to look around?
I use notice and I look for hoof prints.
All right, with your notice skill, you find those hoof prints. You see them, and it looks like you see the hoof prints come around the garden, and like it doesn't look like they even stopped. Like it was just like a horse ride by kidnapping of Jessica. Like you can see sort of an imprint in the garden where she was like bent over, and then she's just whisked up, and the hoof prints go off. And
Can we follow them?
yeah, do you announce what you're doing, or do you just?
No.
I want to check the carrots. Have any of the carrots been like munched on at all by, say, a horse?
They have not been munched on by, say, a horse. No.
Oh my god, I look at the carrots and I say, not a scratch on them. This horse was on a mission.
And Kyle nods and he goes, "We might be dealing with a killer horse. It doesn't.
Kyle, you're such an idiot.
It doesn't eat carrots. It eats human flesh."
Actually,
Whatever.
that would be crazy though if true.
Huge if true, but not true.
But not true though.
Well, I mean, that's the only thing that we can say for sure about all of the incidents, right? Is that there was a horse involved. So I think killer horse.
Maybe the horse is the real mastermind behind the plan, and the rider's just sort of a puppet.
We don't even know that there's a rider. How do you know there's a rider?
We saw it.
Yeah, we literally saw, and there was a rider.
Tyler gets up from next to the basket and goes, "What? You saw a rider?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
We've been saying this like since day one. Nobody fucking listens to us.
Well, yeah, because you guys sound like you're insane all the time.
Yeah, but like we're not!
but look what happened.
Look what happened!
I can't understand why you would assume that people such as us would be out of touch with reality.
Yeah, we're like the most grounded fucking people here.
It's so true.
And Kyle and Tyler look at each other, and then Kyle just shakes his head, and Tyler nods and goes, "Anyway, let's follow the tracks. We gotta find out where he took her."
The Gap's already on it.
Yeah, I've wandered away.
And Kyle goes, "The Gap! You can't wander off. I'm the leader."
I don't know. It seems to me that the Gap is displaying some excellent leadership
Yeah,
skills.
I would agree. If you had been like paying attention to their cues, you would have clearly seen that they were following the tracks. I'm coming, the Gap!
Just wait for me.
All right, so you guys follow the trail, and just like last night, it leads to the Bellius Bluffs trailhead.
Oh.
Yeah, I had a feeling about this.
Wait, out of character, Kat, is this the same place we're going to the fucking hike?
Yeah. Going on a hike tomorrow, yeah.
Oh my god. I say to everyone, oh my god, they're leading us to the slaughter.
Yeah, we're literally all probably gonna die tomorrow, so we should bring knives
And,
and weapons.
and Kyle nods and goes, "You're right." And he looks around and he picks up a big stick and he goes, "Does anybody have a knife that I can tie this to, make a spear?"
I have a knife, but I'm not giving it to you. It's my knife.
Why don't you just hit someone with the stick?
A stick is not going to be as effective without a point. Can I use your knife to whittle it into a spear?
No, I'm not gonna let you touch my knife. No, you fucking pervert, get away from me.
You can use my knife.
You have a knife too? How did you guys get knife? Okay, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, the Gap is wearing a vest, and the Gap like opens up their vest, and they have like 7 knives inside.
Thank you, the Gap. clearly, the only team player here.
I love whittling. Give me that stick.
He hands you the stick.
The Gap is a really good whittler.
The gap starts just going crazy, just like a hamster house is being made.
Yeah.
As they
What?
Wood is
What chips?
flies.
A hamster?
Yeah,
Yeah,
hamster
what
house.
chips say, Lily?
Yeah, the Gap finishes.
A
and
home
it is,
for
It
hamsters.
is not a sphere. It is a perfectly crafted hamster home.
Yep, it's an enclosure. It has
Just
glass
like
and everything.
wood chips, the little wood shavings.
All right.
There's a living hamster
So,
inside of it already.
while the Gap is whittling, what do the rest of you guys want to do?
Okay, well we've found the trailhead.
Yeah.
I mean, it couldn't hurt to scout it out a little bit, right?
Yeah. There's like a nature skill or something.
Let's see.
I'm sure I don't have that.
Outdoors. I have
Outdoors.
I have outdoor skill.
All right. So do you guys want to try rolling outdoors again to
Yeah.
see if
I have.
this is going to be a test? I will set it. We'll put it out of 5 tonight. You guys you're very spooked out. You're very scared.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I only have 1. I probably shouldn't spend it. What do you guys think?
Yeah, don't spend it. Just roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause we're going there tomorrow
Yeah,
anyway.
that's what I figured. I got a 5!
Five. All right.
Bravery.
So Ains, you summon your courage and you take a few steps onto the trail, looking around at what you can find, and you do find some rhinestones stuck in the mud.
Oh my god! I plick them out. I pluck them out.
Flick them.
All right, yeah, you found these rhinestones, and you how far do you feel like you go down the trailhead? Like, how brave is Ainsley? How far would Ainsley go down this trail?
I mean, we could
How
follow.
far would Ainsley go?
Ainsley would go as far as they could until something moved. And then they would turn around and run back screaming.
Okay. All right. So because you did pass the test, so will you head maybe, I don't know, 100 feet down the trail? These woods are very dark and very spooky. And then just through the trees in the moonlight, you see something rear up and you see a little sparkle of moonlight catching on stones. And what do you do?
Ainsley, first of all, falls down on their ass, shocked to the point of silence. And then as soon as their senses come back to them, they scramble up and they literally begin to scream and run away. Actually, they run away and they're going, "Whoa!"
Hey, Ainsley, what did you see? What did you see?
I saw a rhinestone man. He was there, and he was on a horse, and it reared up, and it glittered in the moonlight.
What, was there anyone else on the horse?
I don't know. I didn't see it. I fell down. Oh, my ass was covered in mud.
And Tyler said, "We better get back. Unless you didn't see Zalzia with him?"
I only saw the rear of a horse and the glitter of rhinestones and moonlight.
And Kyle grabs Tyler's arm and goes, You can't sacrifice yourself. We're going to be going tomorrow on this trail anyway. If there's any sign of Zalzia, we'll find it in the daylight easier than we will at night."
But she may yet live.
She may let
She may let Civ.
Tyler looks at Kyle and goes, "They're right. She might not be alive in the morning. I mean, what if they're eating people or worse?"
Okay. I'm not usually the voice of reason, you guys, but I just want to say something, which is that if we go now in the dark when it's really scary, the chances of us also dying and being eaten are 100%.
It is a good point.
Oh.
I give Kyle the spear I made, and it has an ornate, beautiful handle.
And Kyle looks at it and goes, "Oh, wow, the Gap, this is actually really good."
Yeah, well.
I told you the Gap was amazing at whittling.
My God, look at the craftsmanship.
Wow.
You want one?
I mean, I suppose it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, I get some more sticks and I start sharpening them.
And but Kyle nods and he goes, "This is good. Antone, take the rest of these sticks and we'll just take them all back to the cabin and it's probably good if we reinforce the cabin too to make sure nothing can get in.
Well, Kyle, since you have so many abdominal muscles, why don't you carry them?
Why don't you just sleep in front of the door, Kyle?
And Kyle like holds up his spear and he goes, I need my hands free so that I can defend us in case anything jumps out of the dark.
Why don't you just like lift up your shirt? Defend us with that.
Well, I'll need to
Good one, Ainsley.
My girl.
Well, Ainsley, I'll need to have both hands free to do that. So I guess you should carry some sticks too.
You can't lift your shirt up with one hand. How weak are you?
I have to be carrying the spear too.
You have teeth.
Sounds like excuses to me.
Take your shirt off.
Take your shirt off. Take your shirt off.
And then he does. He does take his shirt off, and he has rippling muscles that glisten in the moonlight.
He's hot.
What a slut.
He goes, you know what? Whatever. And he heads off. And Tyler goes, come on, we should follow him. And it kind of hurts the rest of you.
He didn't even take any sticks.
Did I never take any sticks?
And Tyler's like picking up sticks as he goes.
Yeah. And so is the Gap.
All right, so you
I'll
guys
take one for myself.
you just grab one stick. And
Ainsley is carrying his single knife.
all right. All right, so you guys you head back to the cabin. So when you get back, Brant is like freaking out. He's looking around.
We've come back with like fucking sharp sticks and shirtless weapons.
And he sees you guys. He goes, "Oh my God! Okay, all right, you're all here. Okay, all right, no one's dead."
What about say no?
Well,
I don't know if I could say that nobody's dead.
And Alicine goes, "See, I told you they were just off being dumb." And Brant's like, "Okay, everybody is gonna sleep in the same cabin now, and Nyx and I are." Nyx is like
Zalzia?
already asleep.
Hey, Brian, where's Zalzia? Did you find her?
He takes a deep breath and he goes, Zalzia also went home.
That's fucking
conspiracy.
load of bullshit.
Doesn't strike you as even slightly suspicious.
Foya's really upset. Zalzia got a letter from her parents that she had to go home. And it was all pretty sudden. And Tyser goes, Zalzia's parents would have just come and picked her up if there was something really bad. Like, they wouldn't have sent her home by herself, certainly without me.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense because Tyler and Zalzia literally live together. Why does Zalzia need to go home and not Tyler?
Exactly. If Zalzia had to go home, if her parents were sending for her, I would be going home with her. And Brant shrugs and goes, I don't know, you'll have to ask Foya what it was. I don't know any details.
Who are you trying to protect, Brant?
You guys. I'm trying to protect you guys.
I think that
You're doing a pretty bad job.
Like, he looks really hurt by that.
I'm sorry, Brad.
And he just deflates and goes, can you guys just go to bed? It's really late and we've got to, we're going to have a really fun hike tomorrow. It's really
Brant.
The highlight of camp.
Is it Bryant or Brant? I can't remember.
It's Brant.
Brant. Listen to me. Listen to me. We're all gonna go on that trail tomorrow. And we might not come back down. And I need you, our big strong leader, to take charge and to fight for us when the devil comes knocking. As he surely will, in the form of a rhinestone-covered man on a big horse. Possibly with a braid in its tail.
I put the braid there.
Yeah, so you just remember, Brant, when that happens, we will be counting on you.
And Brant,
And don't fuck it up.
Somebody give him a spear.
I give him one of the spears. Here you go, Brant.
he takes the spear and he goes, oh wow, this is actually really well made.
Yeah, well, you know.
Gap, you really use that extra craft time.
Yeah.
Well,
And there's if he looks at the handle, there's like a tiny little like whittled relief of Antone falling off a horse. The Gap found his muse.
and he goes, thanks, the Gap. All right, well, everybody, I guess, Owl Bears, you go ahead and move your stuff in here into the Woolly Rhino cabin, and we'll all just bunk up together.
Slumber party.
Finally, as it should have been this whole fucking time.
Yes.
All right, so the Owl Bears go and get their stuff, and everybody, shuffles around. And Alicine and Jessica were fine. They were fine in the cabin. They were fine and normal, and they were.
Yeah. How does Antone react to that?
Antone is shocked, and he says, You're alive?
Hey, thank the gods. That's cool.
Wow. And
you survived.
Alicine, like, pulls up her sleeping mask and goes, yeah, like I said, stay in the cabin, follow the rules, and you stay alive. And she lays back down and goes, good night.
So naive.
Doesn't make any sense.
I mean, she's safer now, but, like, it's only a matter of time with that attitude.
Is that right?
So, yeah, so you guys, the gap at about, I don't know, I'll say 1 a.m-ish, Kyle does come wake you up and goes, it's your turn to take watch.
Oh, God, no.
You gotta do it.
We're all together now, like.
Yeah, but you're clearly, like, one of the only people here who actually is responsible, and I trust you to keep a good watch.
Oh, the gap. Damn, Kyle.
And he puts a hand on your shoulder and he goes, I trust you. We're brothers in arms.
Cool. You could put your shirt on anytime.
And he looks down and he goes, I don't sleep with a shirt on. And he goes to bed.
Oh, sweet, sweet listeners. Short King Summer has come to a close, and it is time to inter me in my grave. I'm just a crust this week. I'm the reverse of the Smucker's product Uncrustables. I'm very crustable. All crustables, if you will. I started a new job last week, and people keep asking me what my goals are, and I'm like, I just want to fucking survive and keep making my podcast with my friends, okay? I don't want to climb the ladder so I can take on more hours and more responsibilities. I just want to be able to pay my rent, not catch diseases, clock out, and go make my weird art. But you're not allowed to say that. Speaking of being able to pay my rent, you know who are just really fucking solid little gender-neutral guys? You know, it's our patrons. Just thinking of them is a balm on this weary, ragged, decrepit old soul. I feel new life flowing into me this very moment as I gaze upon them. Thank you so much to our new and increasing patrons. Natasha Newcomb, Worm Tea and Planarian Coffee, Rose Montoya, When the Hell is Chantel Coming on the Podcast, The Silly, Lily Kosek, Ahmed Tovar, and Mike Rust. Notice how I pause between those two words so it doesn't sound like I'm saying Mike Rust. Although now that I think about it, that is kind of apt. Are you crustable like me, Mike? Let me know. Anyway, we are eternally grateful for your support. You are like a gorgeous pile of cucumber sandwiches atop a silver tea tray, atop a piece of driftwood that is floating towards us after surviving several days in the open ocean after we were cast into the unforgiving sea due to a terrible shipwreck in which we were in no way involved. Which is all to say, you are the vital nutrients which keeps the very body of this podcast going. You know who else keeps us going? The toothsome and lovely reviewers on Apple Podcasts. I especially love to read these after pushing Noelle, Kat, and Juniper off of the door we've been floating on, and I'm having a little me time. Thank you, Tiny Ancient One, Chucky 37373737, Creamy Potato 101, Molly Holly Bobali, and Fossil Monster from Sweden, who said, Episode 69 terrified me to my core. Thank you for that. You are very welcome, Fossil Monster, and with the support of reviewers like you, we will continue to terrify listeners for centuries to come. Well, we've had a lot of fun here today, folks, but I think it's about time we had a message to Chantel. Chantel, the code word is Pyrate. The sleeper agent is active. Go.
So the next morning, you guys have nutritious breakfast of oatmeal with some fresh berries and some muesli and nuts and other good things that go in oatmeal. Vanilla, honey. Brown sugar. Yep. So Brant and Nyx corral you guys out in front of the building, and the Gap, with your incredible notice skill.
Yeah.
You do notice that Foya and Lyle, it looks like they are arguing. You can't hear what they say, but you do see them they've stayed. They're stayed a bit back from the group, and they are arguing.
They're fighting.
Yeah.
They're beginning to crack.
I would like to try and eavesdrop.
Oh, yes.
Good.
I would like to drop an eve.
You would like to drop an Eve. All right. Use your sneaking skill to sneak up and eavesdrop. Okay. So when you sneak over and eavesdrop, you hear Foya saying, "It's just all falling apart, Lyle. Mom would be so disappointed. Most of the campers have left. What are we going to do? We're not going to be able to afford to keep the camp open." And Lyle says, "Well, Foya, maybe it's for the best. The camp hasn't been doing well for years, and we can always sell the camp." And Foya says, "Lyle, how could you? How could you say that? You know how much this meant to Mom." And Lyle says, "Well, sometimes we just have to accept that things don't always go our way." And Foya shoves him and then walks away.
Oh.
Physical.
Interesting. Okay. So I skitter on back to my friends and tell them what I've witnessed.
But who would benefit from the camp closing?
Hold on. I'm right now reeling from the fact that all of the adults here actually believe these children just were called home.
They seem really stupid.
They seem really dumb.
No one is arguing against that. But it is interesting. It doesn't seem like Foya and Lyle are in on it.
And Brant and Nyx are explaining at the front, by the way. They are standing there explaining the benefits of different types of bug spray.
To two children as we talk over them.
No, there's 4 children.
You're right, there's 4.
Yeah, there's 4 of them. But Tyler does sort of he hears you guys whispering, and he hangs back and goes, "Did you guys find something out? Did you hear about maybe what happened to Zalzia?"
We only found out that all of the adults in this camp are incompetent and genuinely believe that she went home of her own volitions.
Well, I don't know about all. Bragmire's unaccounted for.
Yeah, that's true.
And Tyler nods and goes, "All right, I think this might sound crazy to you guys, but I need you to understand that I lived through some pretty crazy shit this last year. So have you maybe considered that maybe there's some magic happening here?"
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't assume that.
Very obviously what's going on.
It's either magic or someone trying to make it look like it's magic.
Yeah,
it's one or the other,
it's one
for
or
sure.
the other for sure.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, maybe we should figure out what kind of magic. If the gods are involved, I just know from personal experience, if the gods are involved, it's bad, okay?
What do you think we've been trying to do here?
I don't know. I haven't been hanging out with you.
Yeah, Tyler, that's a problem. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's a personal choice, Tyzer. Yeah. But I can tell you for a fact that Bragmire has a connection with the colony.
Well, then maybe she's enchanting them to think that, it's all fine and normal, and she's the one kidnapping people.
Yes, but why?
Yeah,
she kidnapped us.
Oh, wait.
It's
Why
true, yes.
would she kidnap people from the place that she took them after she kidnapped?
A double kidnapping.
It's like a double kidnapping. I just don't understand the motive.
Just to make trouble, I guess. Isn't that Coloni's whole thing?
Yeah, but it's not.
It's an odd target, isn't it?
Yeah.
A Hrose camp.
Well, maybe we should find Bragmire. And as he says this, Brant goes, "Hey guys, come on, join the group. We're gonna get going on our hike."
Where's Bragmire?
Oh, Bragmire, actually, he looks at Nyx, who shrugs and goes, "Bragmire, does her own thing. She's probably, I don't know, cleaning the biffies or something."
Probably cleaning up the corpses of all the children she's murdered.
And she's in a fucking cult.
I mean, I can't say she didn't kill anybody, but I don't think she's killed anybody.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding.
High praise.
She's definitely not killed anybody. Oh my god.
Okay, but you acknowledge that there is a multitude of children missing.
look, okay, I know that this all seems like really like scary and, whatever, but like she leans in close and goes, look, the camp hasn't been doing well for ages. And like, we always have kids go home. It's a whole thing. And just like, can you guys just like act normal?
So this is like a pattern of behavior. This has happened before.
Yeah, how many dead children are on your camp's roster then?
0 dead children. They are all accounted for.
Again, that's literally more suspicious.
What percentage of them usually leave?
She shrugged and goes, I don't know, like last summer, like most of them left. I'd say like 90%.
And did you ever hear from them again? Any return campers this year?
Never see them again.
Yeah, I mean, Brant and I are back from last year.
Your counselors.
You're not children.
We were kids. Like, we both went to this
And
camp.
you're the only ones that weren't taken?
No. Oh my God, you guys have the most morbid minds.
How long was Bragmire an associate here again?
Well, Bragmire's been here forever.
But only recently decided to start murdering people.
She is not murdering anybody.
Maybe not
She cracked.
recently.
She cracked. Oh my God, you guys, we're going on a hike. It's going to be a fun time. Brant has been looking forward to this for weeks.
Brant has self-confidence issues.
And Nix looks at you and says, I'm not saying that's not true, but it's like...
Don't worry, I gave him a spear.
And I gave him a speech.
It was quite a speech.
Thank you.
What a speech.
And actually, you do see Brant is carrying the spear as like a walking stick.
Yeah.
And he seems to really like it.
Oh, good. Oh, good. And we all have spears, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Well, except for me, but I have a knife.
Not want us to be...
No. They don't give a shit. We made these ourselves.
Yeah, they don't care enough.
And they're like, oh, that looks really cool. Okay, come on, let's go. And Nix herds you off with Brant towards the Bellius Bluffs trailhead.
All right. And we are our eyes are on swivel.
We're observing.
We're
we are
observing the
seeing.
shit.
We are noticing.
We are looking with our lookers.
Our eyes are
we can look.
peeled.
All right, so you guys head down. The trail is as you've seen it at night. In the daytime, it's lovely. It's like a sun-dappled trail, with the trees are leafy and green above you. There's a little babbling brook next to the trail. You see, as you're passing, Brant is giving you guys like so many good nature facts. He's like, that tree is, it's called a quaking aspen, and it's called that because, when the wind blows, it quakes and the leaves
Oh my
rattle.
God, Brant, I don't care.
I love to hear about the quaking aspen, Brant.
Thanks, the Gap.
We're
Tell
all
me
going to be
more.
quaking as soon as that horse shows up and tries to kill us.
Oh, hey, look at that. That's a woolly caterpillar. Come on, the Gap. You want to come look at this cool caterpillar with me?
Yeah, but like secretly I'm looking around for like clues. I don't give a shit about the caterpillar really.
I take Ainsley aside and I say, okay, so I'm not saying that it's going to come to this, but if we do need to, I don't know, say, push someone down on the path in front of us, or otherwise, make some tough choices in order to create a hasty escape. What do you think, Kyle, Tyler?
Yeah, I mean, I think Kyle, number one, like for sure.
Although he's quite muscular, he might be difficult to knock over.
I actually think that Brant or Nix, like, they're harmless, but they're also useless.
That's true. Nix, we probably wouldn't miss her.
No.
I mean, she's not contributing.
Fine, but she's not really doing anything. We definitely should prioritize Tyler's survival because he can fly.
If we had to eat someone, I'm just saying... Kyle, he's got a lot of muscle mass, and
I am not into cannibalism, so like...
No, I'm not into it. I'm just saying if it came to it.
Personal choice that I'm kind of judging you for right now.
I'm not... I'm just...
I'm not into cannibalism, unlike some people, and...
Shut up, I say, and I put my hand over your mouth.
And the Gap pokes up their little head from the underbrush and is like, oh my God, Antone, that's sick.
Yeah.
My words are being taken out of context and used against me.
Tyler, you better watch out.
No, Tyler's safe. You're safe, Tyler.
Tyler looks back and goes, what?
If anything happens to your wings, though...
What about my wings?
All bets are off.
That's your most valuable asset.
Oh. I mean, Did you guys hear that, like, apparently there's a whole other, like, sect of tieflings that don't have wings that fell from the sky?
That sounds fake.
Why would I give a shit?
That's not real, so...
Tyler, can you fly?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Have you flown?
Yeah.
Can you
should
fly?
like, scout out and
Fly right now? Yeah.
I see if you've seen any murderers.
Do it.
Fly.
I'm not a trained pigeon. I'm not going to fly on command. Also,
No, it's to find Zalzia.
Yeah, you could
Contagious.
literally get a bird's eye view and see her dead body wherever it's lying in the woods.
I'm light. You can carry me. I'll look.
and Brant, like, gets in the middle of you guys and goes, okay, all right, that's enough talking about dead bodies. There's no dead bodies. Everyone is fine.
You seem awfully defensive.
I'm just... You guys, and he goes, okay, come on, you guys, you three, with me. Come on, up front with me.
Yeah, the gap does not react as if he's being talked to.
Yeah.
They don't know anything.
Yeah.
All right, Brant, but you'd better use that spear.
Just come on.
Brant, I will leave you for dead.
And Brant sighs.
Brant, it would hurt me, but if it came to it. If it's between you and Ainsley.
And
It's
he
just
goes,
natural to have priorities, Brant.
so, if you guys look to your left, and he gestures to the left, you'll see the Duelist's River. This river is the driving force that has carved out the bluffs here. You can see that it, over millennia, has worn away the sediment and created this deep gorge underneath. And he points down. You can see the Bellius Bluffs caves just down there.
Caves.
Yeah, I did just say caves.
We're going in there, right?
No, oh my gods, no.
Are they accessible?
No,
Yeah.
they are incredibly dangerous to get to, and once you're inside, they're, like, incredibly easy to get lost in.
Sounds like a good place to hide something.
Yeah, sounds like a place that you might want to stash bodies.
I mean, no, we're not going down in the caves. That's a huge safety. I mean, if you guys are talking about, dead bodies, that's what you will be if you go down to those caves, because they're incredibly dangerous. So
They're hard to get to. What if you could fly?
you're not going down to the caves. We are going to
I
follow
look at Teisler with wide eyes.
and Teisler is ignoring you. You guys have made him very mad. He does not.
He's our greatest asset.
Shit.
He's talking with Kyle, and, like, it looks like, they're comparing, like, spear techniques.
We have to find some way to win Teisler back.
Sometimes I just say things.
What does Teisler like? Carrots or...
Yeah, carrots.
Look around for carrots, everybody.
Favorite carrots, where are
Right,
they?
everyone keep your eyes peeled.
And we'll keep the carrots peeled, too.
Ew, such wordplay. Yeah.
I'm like,
Thanks, Antone.
I'm like, you're like literally the funniest person I know.
Yeah.
Do we see any like root vegetables or?
I don't know. Are you going to use
I want to use outdoors.
Yeah.
You want to use your outdoor skill? Just spend a point of it to.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So while you are rooting around for some root vegetables, you don't find any root vegetables. You do, however, find a plant with blue flowers, which you immediately identify that as sleep root, which is a beautiful flower. It's native to the region, and it can be used in alchemy, in potion making, to create a powerful sleeping draft.
I pick the flower and I hold it above my head and I say, ha ha ha!
What have you found?
That's not a root vegetable.
No, it's not. But it is a flower that can make you go to sleep. And if you put it in a potion.
Can you make potions?
Me? No. No.
You don't specify me? No.
So you found a flower.
I found a flower, and it's very suspicious that this flower grows here, and it's...
Oh, you think that...
Yeah.
You think that they had sleeping potion put on them.
Yeah.
And they're now sleeping in the caves.
Or, yeah, maybe, or I don't know.
Or under the earth.
Under the earth.
Yeah, or 6 feet beneath us. In the
under
ground.
the earth, a.k.a. in a cave.
In the dirt.
in a
long
gorge.
sleep.
Long sleep.
The sleep you don't wake up from because it isn't really a
Okay,
sleep.
so then why is the flower relevant?
I don't know. Antone's confusing me.
I don't want to get too optimistic.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying I found this. Okay. Like,
do you think Tyler?
do you think if we fed it to Brant, he'd pass out?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know that we want to drug Brant at present.
I whisper to Ainsley, I say, Antone's probably just scared the Cambry's still alive.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get that. I do think that's part of why they keep insisting that everybody's dead.
What are you saying over there?
Cambry's still alive, like...
What are you talking about?
They
Nothing,
have
Antone.
to go
nothing.
on that date.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared, Antone.
I'm not scared. Why would I be scared?
Nobody's gonna hurt you. Everybody that you're afraid of being alive is absolutely dead.
Definitely.
And maybe some people are still alive.
What are you insinuating?
But nobody that you would want to not be alive. So, hey, don't even worry about it.
I don't know why you're being so weird.
Hey, it's okay.
I give Antone a hug and I rub his back.
He just looks indignant, but he doesn't stop you.
All right. Well, you guys, you reach the end of the trail, which terminates at a beautiful viewpoint with a breathtaking view of the Madrian Valley from this high outcrop on a cliff. And Brant says, "Look at these views! All right, everybody, we get to take a rest, have some water. We packed you guys a picnic lunch, or well, Suki did, but and here it is now." And you look behind you, and you are 100%, absolutely, 1,000% sure there was nobody on the trail behind you. But then Bragmar is riding up on a pony with a couple of picnic baskets strapped to the sides of the pony.
Chicuse!
Nobody eat anything that Bragmire gives you.
Absolutely not.
Nobody.
We found a flower with sleeping qualities, so watch yourselves carefully.
100% you will die.
And Bragmar, she comes over and she looks at you guys and just gives a little...
Ainsley looks at Bragmire like they are terrified to speak, but also in a way that they want Bragmire to know that they know.
And she dismounts from her pony and hands the picnic baskets to Nix and Brant, and she pats Brant's face a couple of times. She says, Now, you're a good boy, Brant. So excited for lunch. Always so excited for lunch." And
she's using the power of seduction.
Brant's gonna die.
And Brant goes, Bragmire, thanks for bringing lunch for us. And she goes, "Oh, don't worry. It is all as it should be." And she
we're all just looking at her with disgust and horror.
She winks at you guys, and then she heads back to her pony and says, "Now you kids, be careful coming back down the trail. You never know what could happen."
Oh my god.
I would like to run over to the picnic baskets, and I would like to grab them and throw them off the side of the gorge.
Yes!
How about we do this? Let's do, if you want to do this.
Yeah. I guess it could be throwdown.
Athletics? Throwdown?
I was going to say filch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have to roll filch.
So what do I need to beat?
We'll say this is just a 4. This is not a big roll.
Okay, well, I'm going to use one of my filch points. Mm-hmm. That's a 6.
Eat shit sandwiches!
So I run over, I grab the baskets, I'm fully unhinged, and I throw them off the side of the cliff, and then I run a hand through my hair, and I say, "Oops, it was an accident."
Whoa! Nice
Oh
throw,
my
Antone.
god, Antonio!
And Kyle looks at you, and he is turning red. That was our lunch, Antone.
Oh, no need to get aggressive, Kyle. I say, and I'm backing up.
It was poisoned, clearly.
It was poison.
Poison!
Kyle, we're trying to save you because we care about you.
Show them the flower.
No, I found this. It's a sleep poison flower.
Look at this flower.
Look at this flower. It was
and calm down.
You know that those grow everywhere. That doesn't mean anything. Now you're going to make us hike all the way back without having anything for lunch? Tyler, back me up here. And Tyler's like, "I was really looking forward to those sandwiches. I'm pretty hungry, and I didn't get any extra snacks because Elsie is gone."
Antone, ask them if they want to live.
I think in this particular situation, I may need to apply a more delicate hand.
And Kyle just looks at you and he shakes his head and goes, I don't care if you die. I'm done hanging with you. And he turns around and goes, let's go, Teisler.
I don't think we were ever hanging with you, Kyle.
Teisler, wait!
And Teisler looks at you guys, looks at you, Antone, he shakes his head sadly. And he's like, you guys are messed up. And then he walks away.
Ainsley puts a hand on Antone's shoulder and says, Antone, you did the right thing.
Thank you. I know. I'm an incredibly brave hero, and I cannot understand why I'm not being properly appreciated. I appreciate you, Antone. Thank you. You're correct.
And Brant, meanwhile, is like, he and Nyx are conferring, and Bragmire is, she looks like she's having a great time.
She loves chaos.
Loves this. And she's got a pipe, and she's just like, smoking her pipe from the back of her pony, like watching this unfold.
Smoking her weed.
Bragmire's probably like all according to plan.
And then Brant and Nyx go and confer with Bragmire for a minute, and then she nods a bit, and she heads on back down off the trail, and Brant and Nyx say, okay, well, so since you just threw our lunch off the cliff.
You're welcome.
We're just going to take a quick break, and then we're going to head back down. Bragmire's going to make sure there's food waiting for us when we get back. In the meantime, luckily, I brought granola bars, so we're not going to starve. Antone, I'm going to need you to come with me.
Oh, I'm suddenly remembering that I have somewhere that I have to be.
Yeah, you have to come with me.
Oh, it's so funny. Hey, would you look over there? I say, and I take off down the trail.
I'm going to have you roll a test of athletics.
All right,
and
here we go.
You're up against Brant here. This is going to be a harder one. I'm going to put this at 5.
All right. Let's see, athletics. Oh, I do have a rating of 2.
Okay.
It's another 6.
Hey!
Antone is like, damn.
My adrenaline is just going. It's a fight or flight situation.
And, so Brant takes off after you, and he's like, wait, Antone, you're going to get hurt! And he takes off running after you, but you are able to shake him, and now you are in the woods alone.
All according to Keikaku.
Keikaku means plan.
Fuck.
Well, Antone, what do you want to do now?
Now that I'm here alone in the woods and I'm totally good and I'm fine and everything's great.
Yeah, and you're not vulnerable at all.
I'm not, because I'm very strong and independent. I want to see if there's like a good bush or something I could hide in.
Do you have any outdoor skill?
I sure don't.
You don't. You don't have any outdoor skill.
I don't have even a single outdoor
I'm gonna do a test here.
Okay.
Set it at 5.
All right.
You got a 5?
Oh my god.
This is fucking
You're rolling
weird.
great
You're
today.
rolling so good.
Antone, everythking going to plan for Antone.
Yeah, everything is
all coming up, Antone.
all Keikaku. So I find a nice bush to hide in, so that I can peek out and see what's going on in this spooky ass woods.
All right, you do that.
Okay, and my plan is I'm gonna wait in here because I know that my good friends will come after me, and when I see them, I will hoot. Okay. I'm sure this is gonna work out perfectly.
It's all gonna go according to Keikaku.
It's all gonna go.
Right. Okay. All right. So back to the rest of you guys. Brant is gone. Nyx is just like standing there like completely in shock. Bragmire's gone. Teisler and Kyle are pretty mad at you guys.
Didn't Brant have the granola bars?
Yeah, and Brant had the granola bars. So Alicide and Jethica are like looking at you guys, at Gap and Ainsley, and then they just sort of like shake their heads and they head over to Teisler and Kyle.
Ainsley looks at the Gap and says, Gap, scale of 1 to 10, do you want to like also make a break for it?
I mean, I could go either way.
I mean, like, nobody here likes us anymore, and I don't care about them really. I'm gonna go in that cave.
Do you think we'll die?
No. Sauce.
Okay.
All right, let's go. And then we run into the woods.
Oh, Nyx doesn't even try to go after you.
I figured.
She just goes, oh, wait, no, oh, okay, well. the Gap is friends with nobody except for Ainsley.
But Sookie can be like your new dad.
Ainsley and Antone.
That's right.
Because they decided Antone was their friend.
They decided that Antone was in the group, but nobody else.
No, nobody else.
Yeah. No, just Ainsley.
Gotta have limits.
Three's a crowd.
And you've already got 3.
Can you imagine having more than 3 friends?
That's insane. Which one of us has to go?
Someone's got to die today.
It's okay. I'm not your guys' friend.
Shit.
No, Catherine, if you think about it this way, if we don't count ourselves, we each have only 3 friends.
Yep. We have no friends outside of the podcast, as we've established. I don't talk to anyone. I don't even talk to my own family anymore. The moment I joined the podcast, I was like, you bitches are out.
Yeah, like I live with Armin,
I'm done with you.
No.
We don't speak.
They're finished.
Sorry, Mom and Dad. Maybe one day you'll start a podcast and we can like do a crossover.